Hey folks, what's up? So we've got a great show, and yes, I am live. This is not pre-recorded this week. This is a live episode, just because I love speaking to creatives live. And this was somewhat of an impromptu show because I didn't know what I was going to be talking about today, and I was saved by my guest today, who saved me from probably talking about whatever else was on my mind. But I absolutely love this. Spoke to him before on the show. We had a great time, so we're going to do it again for the new Kickstarter for the Diary of Sweet Pea 3. So, folks, are you ready? I know it's been a hard week. Actually, it's been a pretty hard 24 hours. But for this 30 minutes, we're going to have some fun and we're going to chill. All right? Y'all ready? Let's go. Hey folks, what's up? So welcome to the Hungry Bleak Show. I am Antonio Pomares, aka Hungry Bleak, the hungriest man in the room. And look, I'm just gonna jump right into it because he was on the show before. Had a great time. Absolutely loved the comic, The Diary of Sweet Pea. It was a very moving, uh, beautifully drawn, illustrated. The story was very deep, and it was full of trauma, and we had a very big discussion about that, and it changed the way I actually was looking at comics at that point. So look, y'all tired of hearing me talk about this. So folks, please give it up for my very special guest, Alim Leggett.
How you doing?
How are you today, man?
I'm great, man. Thank you for having me back.
Oh, look, man, absolutely. I had such a ball last time you were here. That was what, about 2 years, maybe?
Around about, yeah.
Around about 2 years. That's awesome. Yeah, you saved me this week because I didn't know what I was going to talk about this week. I had no idea. I was like, I guess I'll just talk some reviews, whatever. I had no idea. Then you hit me up, and I was like, the comics guys have smiled upon me this week. Thank you very much. I enjoyed it. So, for those who are not familiar with the Diary of Sweet Pea, can you give us a rundown of issues 1 and 2?
Okay. So the Diary of Sweet Pea is the story of 14-year-old Imani Williams. Now, in this story, the earth is bathed in this dimensional energy that affects some of the denizens, and Imani happens to be one of them, our main character. Now, following this energy erupting across the planet sky, monsters invade, and in the midst of all of this chaos, you have Imani trying to find her way back to safety, and her father comes and saves her, and he's exhibiting these amazing powers that she had never seen before, but a dad's going to protect his daughter, and that's where she goes with it. Trying to tell you the story for the people that, in a way that the people that haven't had the opportunity to read issue 1 still get some surprises, but there's some twists and turns inside of that. Now, in issue 2, there's food scarcity, so now they're trying to find somewhere to find a meal, and they remember that there was a food drive before everything went down. So they make their way to this church that has been taken over by a cult called the Last Sons of Adam. And in there, they go through a lot of interesting things, and then they're introduced to the larger scene. So you have the Bane pop into the scene, which are these alien invaders that have come to harvest that energy. And you have the fighters in defense of humanity also come into the scene, and just the world really expands during there in issue 2. And now in issue 3, what we're going to have is Imani. We really focus in on this character and everything that she's been through so far, because this is a 14-year-old girl that's dealing, seeing like gruesome deaths and all kinds of violence and everything like that. So we get to see how all of that weighs down on her. And if you know anything about Imani and what she's capable of, it makes for a very interesting story.
You made me remember some of what like the stuff that happened in episode. I almost said season one. So that's me speaking to this into fruition as far as you know. That yeah, that scene. What? Yeah, it still sticks in my head, which I love because it means that it had an impact. It means it's there, and and I love the fact of something being able to affect me in that way and sticks with me because I still remember the school bus. That's all I'm gonna say. The school bus messed me up. It truly did. Yeah. Thank you very much, Lego. Yeah, Sweet Pea is the Diary of Sweet Pea is just beautifully done. Obviously there's a lot of purple, and my favorite color is purple, so I might be a little bit biased. But it's just the the story and the relationship between a parent and a child and going through everything to save that child. But then having that kind of sci-fi superpower aspect of it blended beautifully because you get the heart because you think it's just a father rushing to his daughter, which he is a father rushing to his daughter, and then the powers. And I had the same look on my face that Amani had. I was like, wait, hold on. Nobody said this dude was gonna have powers. I was just regular. I was ready for just a regular bro running in here trying to save his child, and it goes from there. But I absolutely loved it. It's beautiful. What were what was one of your favorite character developments as far as from being issue 1 to issue 3?
Well, now that we're here in issue 3, issue 1, I think if I can cheat and call this relationship a character, it would be the bond between Marcus and Amani.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that father-daughter bond and those moments in there were definitely they set a strong foundation for the rest of the story. Mm-hmm. And it's just the character that I love the most in issue 1. But in issue 2, as I was expanding, I realized that I need to kind of bring it back on home to our main focus. So in issue 3, Amani has some very serious character development. She has to deal with all of this trauma and the impact of what she's done, what she's allowed to happen, what she was capable of stopping. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? All of that kind of comes crashing down on her, and the way her power set is set up, it's a dangerous thing. See, I struggle with this story because there's so many twists that I want to save for the reader. It's a surprise and everything, so it's really hard to just talk openly about it. But I will say, spoiler, slight spoiler, but Amani is a powered individual, as I've said earlier, and the way her powers work is on more of a subconscious level at this point. She's immensely powerful, but she has no control. She just goes off of reactions and triggers and things like that. And her powers can confuse her, right? And really can turn on her as well. And we explore that in this next chapter.
Imani goes through so much. I'm not even on top of the attacks and the gruesome things she has to witness and endure. On top of that, her powers, like you said, being more emotional and triggered, instead of her being able to actually kind of focus them, such like that. And then on top of that, realizing that her father has something going on with him too, which still made me. That and the bus, because I was like, wait, hold on. You got to give me a second, man. You got to slow down with this comic. Hold on. What made you decide to weave the underlying the underlying topic of trauma and this young girl, her father, and then having powers and this invasion. It's like invasion of creatures.
So, well, part of the decision was I wanted to give the audience something to connect to, and I think that this 14-year-old female character was the perfect choice for that. Another part of it, more importantly, is my I'm a father, right? So, and my daughter is my oldest child. That's my first child. I got 4 sons behind her, but she changed my life. That she set me on a course that was just completely different than before her. You know, that connection to me is special. It's all a special connection to all of them. I love them all equally and completely. But she was that nexus point, right? That changed me, that changed the direction. So that father-daughter bond is important to me and is special to me. And as a father, I worry for my children because I know what this world has in store for them. I do my best to prepare them for the world and still love them and allow them to be children. And now, they're teenagers, so they're in another stage they're in this weird place in life where they're children, but they can end up in adult situations, very easily, right? Because they free and they, not free, but they out in the world to be teenagers to a certain extent, within reason or anything like that. So my fears as a parent really bleed through the pages and preparation for them. My kids are fine. They're all doing great in college and everything like that, doing well in school, sports and all that other stuff. But it's this cold world out there, man, especially in the city where I'm from. And I think a lot of kids, in real life are dealing with a lot of things that's not, or see a lot of things that are not too dissimilar from what Amani sees. When I was a teenager, some of my high school friends didn't get to graduate. They didn't live long enough to graduate, or they ended up and these are traumas and things that we deal with in real life, and it has an effect on us. It's not something that kids should go through, but they do. We did, and I wanted to explore it, and I did it on the page.
That kind of goes with a very beautiful thing. Oh, let me just Wilbo Wiggins. That name is just dastardly. Sorry, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. No, this is we're talking to Alim Leggett about his newest comic coming out, which is going to be on Kickstarter, and it's called The Diary of Sweet Pea, issue number 3. Using comics as a vehicle, as a as a vehicle to, whether it's educate, whether it's to entertain, whether it is to show trials and tribulations that are happening in this world, and then giving it a little bit of that, whether it's sci-fi or fantasy or what have you aspect, is something that I've noticed more and more over the last few. I mean, like we've always had. I mean, you can go to Captain America when he was knocking Nazis in the face. That was a tool to use, but we're using it more now to not just have daring do and fun stuff, obviously, because we need those comics as well, but we're using it more to show what's happening in our environment, like right outside our front door. Which is what I loved about this comic too, is the fact of everything should go. Just being a teenage girl, just being a teenage girl with no powers and no type of invasion of creatures is crazy. Being a young Black teenage girl is even crazier.
Yeah.
So to use your own experience as a father, and that being your first child, because I know that parents love all their children, but that first child is the one that kind of molds them to be a parent and gets them ready for whatever's going to come later on with their more siblings, if they choose to have more children. So to kind of reflect that in the comic, I think is great. I've always loved that comics are showing more and more of the interaction between parent and child, whether it's positive, negative, or they're trying to get to a point of being positive, but it starts out negative, however it is. I absolutely love some of my favorite comics of the last 5 years have had that dynamic in them. And I'm appreciating it more and more. I don't have children, so I'm living vicariously through y'all and through y'all characters, basically. But it's one of the comics that I've enjoyed. Now, the Kickstarter has not started yet, but there's a what would they call it? A launch pad page, a notify page. I know there's an actual term for it, but I can't think of what it is.
It's called the pre-launch page.
Pre-launch page, thank you. When you go to this page, you can hit notify me. They'll either send you an email or a text message if you have the app on your phone. And what they'll do is they'll tell you when it comes up. But what we want to do is we want to get this really started, because the higher the number of people that hit notify on the pre-launch page will get the comic even more momentum when it actually does go live. And it's going live when?
March 25th.
March 25th. So I love it. So when I saw it, I said, yeah, bet automatically. I had the app on my phone because I do way more Kickstarters than I probably should. But I love seeing everyone's comic come to fruition. I love almost like this groundswell of support from the community. So because it's not just a pre-order, but it's also like doing crowdfunding, which I absolutely love the fact of that community coming together. So I absolutely love it. And I love seeing people's imaginations and their dreams become this actual physical thing. I think it's awesome. So please go to the page and get it on there. And once you do hit notify, share it on your social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky, whatever you've got, share it on there, because it's very important. And this is a comic that I absolutely fell in love with the first issue. It was heartbreaking. I'm not going to bring up the bus again. I'll tell you that's one of the scenes that sticks in my head. And I'm like, okay. But it made so much. It just made me so much more of a fan, which I loved. And I think that was my first interaction with you as well, was through this comic.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely had a great time with it. So we want this to happen. So when this does go live, I want you to hit support and find out which tier. Now you'll also have issues 1 and 2 as part of tiers, correct?
Yes, both physical and digital.
Awesome. So then you can get the 3 issues. If you haven't read it, then you're going to be in a treat to read all 3 issues and have so much fun.
And you get to see my journey as
Yes.
as I progress as a creative too, between issues 1, 2, and 3. You get to see. I think we made a lot of improvements along the way, and I think it's just, issue 3 is just exponentially like so far beyond what we've been doing, just because of the kind of experience as in the comic book indie community and industry that I have now. After for the past 5-6 years now inside of the industry, I've done this is my 3rd solo book. I worked as an art director for Skull Valley Comics Deathblade. You should definitely give Ed a talk one day. He's got a great book. And we've also worked with another indie creator to create something called the 5/3 Crew, which I think if you get your hands on that, you would absolutely love. This guy, I'll let him tell you his. I don't want to give his trade secrets, too much, but he has a very surprising and interesting concept that blends comic books and education, and I think it's just going to be a hit once it gets out to the public. But yeah, for the Kickstarter, we have a pre-launch stretch goal going on right now.
Oh, okay.
Where if we can get up to 50 followers, every backer will get a mobile digital wallpaper. I'm using it right now. I don't know if you can see it on the on the screen, but this.
Hold on a second. Let me push this back.
You see that there?
And let me know. That's the wrong one. No. We're going to go back to that one, actually, folks.
All right.
Oh, that is, yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
That's nice.
So every backer will get this. This was lined by J. Travis Smith, who's done work for IDW and a couple of other people, a lot of other people actually, and inked by, I mean, pencil, colored.
Sorry, man, there's a lot going on.
By Alfred Ital, who is the colorist for the interior pages of this issue. So, but it's an alternate color scheme. We also have this image available as one of our covers with a different color scheme for you guys. It's got like a really nice classic comic book, golden age, silver age, bronze age, whatever feel to it. Nice. So I think people are going to enjoy that, and that's going to be free to any backer out. You know, even if you just do the tip jar and you want the wallpaper, I'll throw it in just for helping us get our follower count up. And once we get past 50, you know, we got some time before March 25th. We'll come up with something new just to keep it interesting. We'll get up to 100 and we'll have something else for you guys.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Absolutely. That looks incredible. Speaking of like what you learned, what was the biggest thing you've learned in this whole process of making your own comic?
Patience with the plot. You got to give things time to breathe. One of my regrets with the series so far is that I put that 1 to 4 up there in my 104 in issue number 1. I should have just left that as issue 1 because by issue 2 now, like, there's so much story that I want to tell, and we will go. I have plans to go beyond these 4 issues, but I want to get to the end of this arc, this introductory arc, and I think issue 2, if I ever go back and play with it, I could make issue 2 maybe 5 or there's so much more story inside of there, so many more characters, right? So I learned that allow your story all the time that it needs to really grow and bloom and blossom. Even a scene as simple as some people walking through the forest, you know, it could be a 1-2 panel quick little thing, or you could really take a moment to give your world some space to breathe and expand on itself. So find those moments. Don't be in a rush. You know, you don't have to be in a rush to get to the action. You want the characters to shine through, because that's what creates a bond to readers. It's the characters, not the powers that they're using. You know, it's the things that they go through. It's how they respond to outside stimulants, and you know, is what we subconsciously, if not consciously, look for. You know, otherwise we just be watching stick battles on YouTube. It was just the action we wanted.
Yep, exactly. Outstanding. That's a great point. Great thing, yeah, because we do connect with characters. Sometimes you don't know which character people are going to connect with. Mm-hmm. But yeah, having that, because they are the foundation for everything, are those characters and what they're doing and how they interact. That's very important and outstanding. I'm excited for this, like I said, because I've definitely have connected with these characters, so I'm excited for more and to see where you go with. I loving the whole trajectory, and I can see the leaps and bounds that are being made, and I'm excited for it, man. Because if this is where you're at with issue, I almost said episode 3. Speaking it into fruition, folks. I
love it.
That's what we do. But that's what we do. But I can't wait to see where you're at 5 years from now, when you got this and a library of your work. It's outstanding, and I'm so loving this. Yes, we have Cerisa saying it's hard to have that patience.
Oh yeah, yes it is. Yeah, I know it is. You know, when I started this, man, it's so many, like, this is like a dam that was building up for probably 30 some odd years. You know, mm-hmm. And I like so many different ideas and characters and moments and influences from this show and that show and this book and that book, and how I would do it if I had a chance. Is all kind of like present, you know, inside of the plot, you know, the sandbox, the tools that I have in the Diary of Sweet Pea. There's a lot of elements present in there, and I'm just now allowing myself to slow down enough to really like take a pick, this and that, because I don't know if I'm going to get to issue 30, but idea number 47 is going to have to wait until issue 30 because I need issue 3 to be about this thing, and 4 can be about this thing, even though there's a million things in the queue.
Mm-hmm. The story, the characters, it's worth waiting for. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate this comic. I appreciate what it has taught me. I appreciate how it made me think differently about trauma and how I had to process, whatever was happening with me, and also think about how other people have trauma. I had to. Yeah. So I appreciate that in your writing, story. Y'all are doing a phenomenal job, and I absolutely love it. You said something about slowing down. Look, let's not even, there's the elephant in the room. 2026 America is in the bin. We got to restart all over again. There's a lot going on. Our heads are full of so much, but sometimes we do have to slow down. We actually had a conversation about this before the show, slowing down, trying to enjoy things, what have you. What are some things that either a comic, a TV show, series, a movie, something like that, what's something that is helping you just feel good and decompress? Like, what's your self-care?
All right. So I just finished Wonder Man. We watched that. Me and my wife watched that 2 episodes at a time over a couple of days. Nice. That was great. I'm 1 for 1 with Primal. I don't know if you've seen that yet on HBO. The Fang and Spear, the caveman and the dinosaur.
Oh my God. Oh, I know season 3 just dropped. Yeah. I have to start with season 1. I started watching it when it first came out, and like life happens.
Yeah. That show for me is a masterpiece. And I've been watching John Wick for study work, plot and study, which is like, did you know that in the first John Wick movie, it opens up with John Wick dies in the first minute of the first movie.
It looks like that, but I've never, once the movie kept going, I for some reason, because it's more of a revenge flick, I figure there's always that thing where they say, if you are seeking revenge, first dig 2 graves. Because one for you and one for the other person. But then at the end, I figured maybe they changed it because they saw how the movie was developing and they decided to do an audible.
Well, and the by the end of the movie, you realize that he, you get back to that moment and he gets back up or whatever. But it's presented as him dying in the beginning. I'm just watching it as trying to pick apart the writer's brain and how they set the each scene up, one scene building on the next. So opens up, car crashes up against the wall. He gets out, shot in the chest. In the stomach. He pulls out his phone and sees his he's looking at his wife, the video that his wife left him. That he made with his wife on the phone, right? Then he drops, looks like he died. Then at the next scene, they go back. Wife is in the hospital and he's at her deathbed while she's passing away. And then you see him go forward with that, that's the weight that he's carrying throughout this. So that gives, credit to all of his actions after that gas station stop and the guys did the home invasion thing and took the car and all that stuff. It's not like, when I first watched it, and was just blown away by all the action sequences and everything like that, right? But now that I'm going back and trying to, see how it was made and was turned and became as good of a series as it did become, I'm saying now, okay, they had these moments, they set this up that was thoughtful, right? Because now that gives credit to everything that he does after that. You took away, the dog came as a gift from my wife. It can't be replaced. Sorry, not going to cut it. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So just little stuff like that. That's all I've been up to.
I love that you rewatched John Wick for the storytelling elements more so than the fight choreography.
Yeah.
I love that you went that route.
Choreography is enough.
Oh no. I'm not mad at that at all. I absolutely love John Wick. That's watching the first one, I was completely in awe and I was thrown off. but I always love revenge stories because I feel justified. Obviously, but whatever is the thing that caused them to go out to do that. But you going to study the moments that led to it, and actually dissecting it, I absolutely love the fact that you're using a movie that people would not pay that much attention to as far as that goes, but you're looking for the story elements and the beats. I absolutely love that.
Yep.
That's like storytelling craving. Like you want to just just
I want to be good at this. That's what that is. I want to be good at what I'm doing.
That's what I love. You're not going for just whatever. You're going for that quality. You're going for that depth, that heft. That's what I love. Yes, that's what I want. That's what folks, that right there. Who is going back and looking at John Wick for that? Everybody's going for the action. Obviously, I'm not mad at that at all, but going back for the storytelling beats. If y'all don't get up on Sweet Pea, I'm telling you right now, yes, and just the future is so bright for everything that you're going to be creating. I'm literally excited for what you write 5 years from now.
Thank you.
I'm literally excited for that, truthfully. Now, I said that I was going to ask you this question, and it was going to be one or the other. Why gap? So I'm going to ask you to end the episode. What's your favorite snack? That's the harder question for people to answer than the other one. And nobody expects me to answer this question. That's why I love it too.
All right. Me and the kids, homemade salsa or guacamole, either or, with the hint of lime. I think it's I don't know it's the scoop chips with a hint of lime. I can't remember the brand manufacturer.
Is it Tostitos?
Yeah, I think it is Tostitos.
Okay, because I know it's them. There's another company. I can't remember. There's another company that does it as well, but I can't remember their name off the top of my head. I haven't had salsa and chips in a while. Like I'm trying to stay away from chips, but
get you the little oval shape. What are those? Which one is the little oval shaped tomatoes? That's real tight, not a lot of juice in there.
Is it a cherry tomato?
No, not a cherry tomato. It might be. I don't want to say Romania or something like that. You'll see it. Just look for the oblong shaped tomatoes. They're really compact, and use those instead of the big round ones. You get too much juice and guts in there.
Roma.
Okay.
Roma. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Cerise is not only an award-winning artist, but she knows tomatoes.
Okay. How you doing, Teresa? Thanks for the save.
There you go, Roma. Okay. See, now I want salsa. So after work tomorrow, I guess I'm just gonna get up. Yeah. All right, man. So whatever weight I gain from these chips, because I don't eat just 5, I'm gonna blame you. I'm sorry. This is on you.
You stopped doing the restaurant lookups?
You know what? I've been cooking more at home now.
Okay.
So I've been doing that more than anything. Like every so often I will go to a restaurant, checking them out, but I'm doing more at home cooking. I'm just because I'm going grocery shopping. I'm getting what I wanted, picking out, between, cooking for myself and being a caregiver for my mother and cooking for her. So I'm enjoying that more than because I can do it how I want. And it's what I mean? It's what I want. Like every so often I will get she'll want something random, from like Chinese food restaurant, what have you. We have one that we love going to, and I'll get that. But like this weekend, I'm making a chicken noodle soup. It's been cold, and nothing beats cold weather like chicken noodle soup, just homemade chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what we're getting into.
Well, if you in Philly and you guys go out, hit up this spot in South Philly called Da Vinci and You. It's an Italian Asian fusion restaurant.
Wait, hold on. No, I know damn well you didn't just say that sentence.
So if you want some orange chicken parmesan, this is
bruh, I don't even know which way my head's supposed to turn when you said that. That's the craziest sentence I think I've ever heard in my life. Hold on.
And when you in there checking out the all the art on the walls, the murals, I did those. So
Wow.
tell the owner you know me. He might give you
Okay.
some free hors d'oeuvre or something. His name's Mark. Well, I should
And
have
it's
said
Da
that
Vinci and you said, correct?
Say what?
And it was a Da Vinci and you?
Da Vinci and you. It's 1819 East
Wow.
Passyunk Avenue.
Damn. I can't even. That's not a combo that I would have thought of.
It's really good.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
They got the appetizers was what do it for me, but yeah, I think you'll like that. As a foodie, that's something you want to try. The restaurant owner is like a renowned chef that gets flown out to help people fix their restaurant. That was my art right there. I saw dumps of it. Probably got it somewhere.
Yeah, that's wow. That's beautiful. First off, that piece is absolutely beautiful.
Well, I didn't know you had it up on the banner like that.
Bro, I mean, it definitely deserves to be up there. This is wow. This okay. Italian Asian weddings. Yo, you gotta stop. Duck meatballs over udon. Mad as hell right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm mad as hell right now.
Wait till the ice melt first.
Yeah. But this is looking crazy. Yeah, wow.
They had some good brisket in there too.
The duck caught me off guard because I've been talking about duck for like the last month. Because I haven't had duck in a long time, and seeing like the duck meatballs over the udon is. Man, I'm gonna have to look at this menu later on in the dark. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a grown ass man, man. I'm a grown ass man. This looks wow. The art looks incredibly beautiful. The site is beautiful. The food, yeah, this is looking.
Yeah, I snuck Goku in there too.
Oh wow!
He had me do a dragon with different number of claws on each hand for different cultures. Apparently, some of them have 2, 3, or 4, depending.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I did the dragon, wrapped it around the pillar, and then I put Dragon Balls on there because I had some blank space. And I said, why not put Goku on there flying on the Nimbus?
Nice. I mean,
that one's for us.
You got to work that in. You got to work that in. You got the space and obviously the skill and talent. You got to work that in. This is looking. Man, this menu is looking like 30 pounds. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This menu is looking like 30 pounds, bro. You know, let me take this off screen. But seriously, folks, if you're in Philly, check this out. This looks ridiculous. This is.
Yeah. If you go take a picture, tag me to the art. Tag Alter Ego Arts on Instagram.
This is looking just beautiful. I absolutely love, and it's funny because living in New Jersey, like near the shore, I have a bunch of Chinese food restaurants and a bunch of like Italian restaurants and like pizzerias, and I've never thought about a fusion of the two. And I love Da Vinci and you. Why you? Because before you said Asian, like Italian fusion, I thought it was just gonna be like Da Vinci and you. You know, like I thought it was YOU. I did not.
It's a bar. Da Vinci and you is a bar. Yeah, he cooked with that one.
It's about to be treadmilling me after this place. This is crazy. But this looks beautiful. The food looks amazing. The art obviously is stellar because I mean, this is. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm gonna have you on in like 2 more years, man. I can't do this right now, man. I can't do this. But thank you for letting me know about this and letting my people know about this as well.
I made sure I remembered that for you. I mean the art too, but I thought about it because I know you enjoy food.
Yeah, man, that food looks. The duck is still in my head though, because that duck looks so good. It looks crazy. It's let me wait till the melt. Like, well, you know what? That's a nice like spring spot, possibly.
Oh yeah, they got out. You go there in the spring, they got outdoor seating and everything. They had the cherry blossoms outside and all that.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I need y'all to not only check out the Diary of Sweet Pea Kickstarter pre-launch page for issue 3. I also need you to go and get 1 and 2, or you can wait. I would get 1 and 2 now so you can read up on it, because the story hits so much. But while you're reading it, I need you to go to Da Vinci and You. Tell me how the duck meatballs and udon are, please. I need to live vicariously through y'all, please, because that's messed up my whole head, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was not expecting that tonight. I was not. I thought I was gonna have a chill night of trying to read and some chilling. All right, cool. I love when a guest comes on and throws me completely off, because they know me and they know what I like, and so I appreciate that, man. Truthfully,
no problem, bro.
I do. I'm mad as hell, but I appreciate that. I appreciate it. So on that note, folks, I want to thank Alim Leggett for coming on. I always appreciate you, man. Like I said, I love a comic that makes me think and changes the way that I look at things and changes the way that I just think. I just really appreciate that, and also entertain me as well, with just an incredible story, vibrant, beautiful colors, and more coming. Which, look, get me to idea 45, get me to idea 100. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for all of it, definitely. So, folks, that's the show. I hope you have a very good evening. Please be safe out there. Normally, I would go and just be angry at the end, but I'm not going to. All I'm going to say simply is abolish ICE. All right. Again, have a very good evening. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. Take your vitamins. Take your meds. Drink water. Stretch. And I'll see you next time. All right. Have a good night and peace.
Peace.